We all want someone to love.
There you are.
We did have instant chemistry.
It's awesome.
But you've never seen love like this before.
Age playing makes us stronger as a couple.
Provocative.
Daly and I have always been polyamorous, vampires.
Eye-opening.
To see Monica getting bigger just makes me feel proud.
Outrageous.
I'm wired towards older women.
Proving there's always someone for everyone.
This is the woman of my dreams.
Hi.
Or something.
Love you, Vanilla. So sexy.
This is Extreme Love Stories. This time on Extreme Love Stories, the man with a collection of lovers that will always keep him satisfied.
Oh, that's a guy. Oh, wow.
And the guy who'll stop at nothing to support his big, beautiful girlfriend.
I'd want to be the fattest woman in the world.
I believe in you.
But first, in Pittsburgh, Kyle and his friend Justin are comparing notes on their taste in women.
I mean, what do you find attractive?
I think everyone's wired how they're gonna be wired. I mean, you know, it's like some guys like blondes, some like brunettes, some like other guys, some like big women, short women. You're wired the way you're wired.
But Kyle's type isn't what you'd expect. That's not his grandmother he's helping to cross the park. The object of Kyle's desires are mature women. Very mature women.
Well, I remember I had a really hot English teacher. She'd walk by and I'd knock the pencil off my desk and she'd lean over and I could look down her shirt and whatnot.
I like wrinkles. I mean, older women's hands are sexy as hell.
When Kyle gets intimate with other people's grannies, he's not just holding their hand.
When it comes to women that haven't been with anyone physically in a while, some women can jump right back into it, no problem at all, no problem. Other women, I mean, just physiologically, things change. You know, I mean, not to be too explicit, but I mean, lubricant's a wonderful thing. It really is, it really is.
That'd be a great place to have sex at night in that gazebo. That'd be sweet.
Kyle's 91-year-old girlfriend, Marge, is a whole lot of woman.
I enjoy sex, NASCAR, and crocheting, and a drink occasionally. My oldest son is 71, and the youngest one will be 50 in September.
The fact that Marge's kids are old enough to be Kyle's parents didn't put him off. In fact, he was in hot pursuit of Marge from the moment they met. And when he finally got her in bed, Kyle was in for a steamy night.
When I did the first time, I told a girlfriend where I was going to be. And then I called her when we were at the motel and said, "Guess who's tied up?" And it's not me. And he's laying on the bed hollering, "Help, help." I felt like I knew him. And
A 91-year-old with a whip. It brings a new meaning to 50 Shades of Grey.
I wear sexy outfits to bed. I try to keep my bra on, though, because I don't have much left. Stockings that I have on now, they stay up, and then they have an elastic across here that makes them pretty, and they're open access.
Marge and Kyle don't hide their romance from the outside world, even though it attracts a lot of attention.
Dating a 31-year-old, that's pretty speechless. It's pretty weird.
I don't care what people think. They're not keeping me, I'm keeping myself. And I have all these years.
Marge and Kyle might not care what strangers think, but when Marge drops by Kyle's mum's apartment, will she try to break them up?
He's a really good-looking guy. Why wouldn't he want to date somebody his age? He could probably get anybody he wanted.
If you thought finding acceptance would be tricky for Kyle and Marge, there's something even more shocking going on in Canada. Dave lives an idyllic life with his fiancée Shauna and their 10 dogs in Nova Scotia.
How was your day today?
Oh, good. There you go. Oh, she talking to me.
The pair met online 5 years ago, and Dave popped the question after just a month.
I love you.
Since he accepted her love for dogs, she said yes.
When I was younger, I was never allowed to have any animals.
So I think I kind of like made up for it.
And while Shauna is mad for dogs, her fiancé has his own obsession, something with a little more kink.
Do you remember our first date?
Yes, I do. When I met David, what I loved about David was his bubbly personality.
I was sort of in a daze because you were very beautiful and pretty, and I'm looking at you across this thing, and I'm saying, wow, I can't believe how lucky I am. So I said, you know, I'm not gonna waste any time. I took her downstairs.
Within hours of meeting, an unsuspecting Shauna was led down into Dave's basement, where she met Bianca, Airedale, and Amaya.
I said, oh my God, all these dolls hanging off meat racks. Just like big Barbies. I took their hair off, I put it on myself,
Oh, yeah,
dress them up, and do
Actually,
everything.
yes.
I was thinking of just big Barbie, like Barbie doll.
I'm thinking, oh wow, this is the woman of my dreams.
So Shauna agreed to share her man with his big Barbies, which came as a massive relief for Dave, who's been collecting and making love to these dolls for over 10 years.
So they are probably the most incredible sex toy a man is ever going to see. People like to call them sex dolls. I like to call them love dolls because I think they go beyond just a blow-up doll and they need a better name. She's an elf. I do a lot of fantasy gaming, and I wanted to get one that would maybe represent the elven character that I play. It is fully capable of sex, but the head comes off like so, sort of like a turkey now or something waiting for the basting dish.
But less turkeys than Terminators, the dolls have a range of features.
The breasts are now filled, so it makes for a more realistic feel. Still, there's no heaters in these. I did have a Russian doll that had a heater, but they should have put a warning on that because it can heat a lot hotter than you want it to be where the heater was. Some people will look at it and say, well, you know, it's like doing a corpse. Well, no, it's not. It's no more like doing a corpse than if you give your son an army set. You know, those men they're inanimate, but they're not replicas of death.
He might have bought them when he was a bored bachelor, but is Shauna still okay sharing her man with 3 sex dolls?
We're the couple that don't have to be together 24/7. Like, he can do his things, I can do mine. Or if we want to be together, we can just be together and do whatever.
And I think as we get older, we also tend to appreciate that alone time just as much as the rest.
She's always there, always willing. You can be a little selfish for yourself. Outside of with a real woman, it's about as close as you can get. And sometimes, as I say, it can be better because, you know, all men, you know, at one time or another, alone, or they're, you know, wives away, or they're between girlfriends, and she makes a great substitute, a lot better than just a hand toy or something like that.
With 4 women to pick from, Dave's a busy boy, which can sometimes leave Shauna feeling a little lonely.
You feel like your partner's not giving you attention, but you find out if you think, and then you know they're giving someone else attention. Sometimes that can make you feel insecure.
But the couple have hatched a sexy solution to ensure no one ever feels left out.
You can have like a threesome.
One might, you know, be having intercourse while another one is touching other areas or doing other things, right?
But no one gets hurt because it's not like a real person, so you don't have to pick.
But when Dave tries to introduce sex dolls at the dinner table, will Shauna's family be as accepting as she was?
Is this a thing? Or is this a new one for me?
Meanwhile, there's no competition for attention or food with 700-pound supersized model Monica and her boyfriend Sid in Fort Worth.
Can you help me?
Yeah, no problem.
Shockingly, she's on a mission to become immobile and has Sid's full support.
To see Monica getting bigger makes me feel proud because she's achieving what she wants to do. I mean, of course, I'm not complaining. I've been into fat girls ever since I've been into girls, so, you know, I'm definitely not complaining.
On an average day, I'd probably eat between 6,000 and 8,000 calories a day.
Helping Monica up her calorie count is something Sid gets a real kick out of.
Right now, we are going to make a weight gain shake. Get the milk out. Basically, I take strawberry Pop-Tarts. She likes strawberry Pop-Tarts. Heavy cream, ice cream, and 2% milk, just blend it all together. All right, babe, you ready to funnel? Okay.
I started funnel feeding when I met Sid.
All right, you gotta let me know when you've had enough, okay?
Sid encourages me because, you know, it's my goal, and he wants to help me reach my goal.
I believe in you.
And this feeding ritual isn't just about calories. Post-funnel feed, Monica is satisfied in more ways than one.
It's hot watching how hot it is for her, if that makes any sense.
I feel so good. I feel like I'm in heaven right now. I'm like really turned on right now as well. Our sex life is really good. Obviously, we can't do every position in the world, but I can get off just by him rubbing my belly button.
And it's not just Sid who takes pleasure in Monica's size. With a huge online following, she can earn as much as $600 per photo shoot.
So this is probably my favorite lingerie for Monica, so we're gonna go put it on and model a little bit.
I have what they call feeders. At least once a month, I'll have certain guys that will just send me money for food. In return, I'd like send them a video or, you know, pictures of me eating the food or something like that.
You know, I'm the one laying next to her at night, not them. And it's her job. It's her body. I'm not gonna tell her what to do with it. Smile for me. Big smile. There we go.
While the couple's weight gain ambition is well known online, Monica's mother is in the dark. But that's going to change today because Monica has decided to tell her everything.
Come on. Hey, Sid.
Sit down, please. You know how Sid likes to feed me like a lot of food?
Okay.
Okay. The ultimate goal is to like be like 1,000 pounds and eventually be like where Sid takes care of me 24/7.
That's a real goal.
That's what makes me happy.
My eyes are burning so bad.
Will Monica's mum save her daughter from eating herself to death? In Nova Scotia, sex doll lover Dave and his fiancée Shauna are hosting a family dinner with a difference.
We like family around and people around. Don't we, David?
Yes, we're very family-oriented.
Tonight, they're joined by Shauna's grown-up kids and Bianca. Dave's dolls are no secret.
Bianca, don't eat that before the rest of your meal.
Yeah, you'll lose your appetite.
But the family aren't used to dining with a big sex toy.
Is this a thing? Because, I mean, this is a new one for me. So, Sean, is this something you normally do? You let David bring his dolls up to supper?
Once in a while, David will bring her up for supper.
Son-in-law Brandon thinks toys shouldn't be allowed at the dinner table.
It was weird, like really weird. To be face to face with it in that environment was bizarre.
And this isn't the first time the family has had a run-in with Bianca.
Walking through the door, and at first you couldn't see anything, but there was a doll, just lifeless, blank, pale eyes, obviously, because it's a fake doll. And I almost didn't know how to react.
I remember a couple years back, house setting, in the middle of the night, just go downstairs and just see one of them on the couch and literally almost have a heart attack thinking someone broke into the house.
It is the most terrifying thing.
I know.
You never get used to it. You never get used to it.
You really don't realize how large they are and how human-like they are and kind of how creepy they can be at some points. Definitely a bit of an experience.
The family has reluctantly accepted Dave's doll obsession, but Shauna has a hard question that's begging for a satisfying answer.
Why don't they have one for a woman? A woman would like to have a, a guy doll.
Will Dave object to some stiff competition? Or will he pull a big surprise out of the box? Over in Texas, there's even more family drama as Monica comes clean to her mum about her plans to become immobile.
Hey, Monica. Okay.
And the ultimate goal is to like be like 1,000 pounds.
That's crazy. To want to gain that much weight where you can't take care of yourself, where you have to rely on somebody else to do it for you.
Don't cry.
Even at my weight, it's miserable. Sometimes I just want to go to the gym and just wish I could just run until all the weight's gone. It's your life if that's what makes you happy. I'm not gonna help you do it. I'm still gonna worry about you. Wow. It hurts my heart to know that she doesn't want to live a happy life. Or to me, it's not happy.
Obviously, she's upset, and it's understandable. I love being big, and I love modeling, and it's just what I love.
She's already obese. I see the struggles in her day-to-day life now. So to imagine her being bigger than she is now is very hard for me. It's very hard to imagine that.
With Sid's help, Monica is determined to reach 1,000 pounds, even if her loved ones are concerned.
There you go.
Close to 100.
I am worried about her health, but ultimately it's her body, it's her choice, not mine. Even if I'm not here, she's gonna do it, and you know I love her, so I'm gonna help her out however I can. There you go.
The things I'm looking forward to getting bigger is that there's just gonna be more of it, like everywhere.
But Monica and Sid's relationship is about to change forever when she gets some big news about her future.
I just cried and cried and cried. And I felt at the time so alone. I didn't have anyone.
And I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Big changes are also happening in Pittsburgh. Kyle's taking the huge step of introducing his mum to his 91-year-old girlfriend, Marge.
Well, what do you like about her? I mean, what do y'all do? You just go, hang out and stuff?
Oh, we drink and then we spend time together. It's a lot of, we party together. It's fun. We party.
What does she do? What's her?
Well, she's retired now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'll be when I grow up. I'll be retired.
Me too.
She's finally at the door, and although Marge is old enough to be Cecilia's mother, it doesn't mean Mum will respect her elders.
So what do you and Callie do together? Go out to dinner and stuff?
We make movies.
Making movies. Exactly what a mum wants to hear from her son's 91-year-old girlfriend.
What he's done for my life has made me feel younger a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great.
Yeah.
And Marge hasn't come empty-handed.
Then here's a shocking one. You saw the straight razor, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Seems Marge has lived a more sexually charged life than your average Nana.
Yeah, you was a young woman back then.
Yeah, I know. That was one, and it was in the magazine. And this is a long time ago in backyard, and I'm 33.
Look at your
Had
legs,
you seen
they're
this
awesome.
now?
Kyle's mum seems accepting of her potential daughter-in-law. But Marge isn't the only older lady that Kyle has brought home.
The first time he brought somebody home, She was probably, I would say, in her 60s. And it was different. Yeah, it was. When I tell people about my son and the women that he dates, but a lot of them don't really understand it, but that's what makes him happy. That's what he should do. Callie has never brought home anybody younger than me. Now that would shock me. Okay, that's where the shock would come in.
In Nova Scotia, Shauna's not your typical fiancé. For the last 5 years, she's been in a relationship with Dave and his 3 sex dolls. But just a year into the relationship, Shauna decided that if she had to share Dave, he'd have to share her.
It was just like he had his girl doll and stuff, and I was thinking, geez, they should make one. Why don't they have one for a woman?
So, sweetie, happy birthday.
So, Dave surprised her with a party packed with other collectors to watch her unwrap a giant hard-body doll to call her own.
Well, since you got no penis on there, you're gonna...
That's what?
And I called him Terry.
Shauna's new lover didn't get his name by accident.
There was this guy years ago. His name was Terry. He could fit in really good shape. He reminded me of him.
Is this the guy you were dating?
No, I never dated Terry. Yeah, he was really cute and a secret crush, yeah. He was cute.
But after enjoying 4 years of pleasure, Terry proved to be too heavy a burden for the couple to bear. Literally.
He couldn't lift him, and I couldn't lift him because it was like 110 dead weight.
Dave's arthritis caused him to struggle with lifting his own dolls, who weigh a lot less than Terry.
We just couldn't move him around enough, so we sold him.
Oh, gee, kind of miss him.
Since sending Terry away, Dave's always felt guilty, so he's ordered a new, lightweight version for Shauna. Today's the day Terry 2.0 will make his debut.
That's your doll. That's your doll. This is it.
Let me see. Oh, God, they got hair. The feel is really soft.
Like flesh or... Oh,
yeah. Wow, I love the feel of that. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's a guy.
Is it?
Wow. David, that looks like you.
Shauna's new doll has 3 interchangeable penises, but it's down to Dave and Shauna to work out what goes where.
I don't think you need any operation instructions for these. This is beginning to feel like The Exorcist or something here, I can tell you that. Oh my gosh. You like the brown hair?
Well, I'm gonna try and...
How does he compare to the old Terry?
He has eyelashes. Like a girl.
As new Terry takes shape, it's time to wheel him up to the house to meet Bianca and the rest of the harem.
I don't know, this is dangerous, baby. Just a second.
They run into a bit of trouble getting it up.
Put your foot up on that.
Okay, oh, there, I got it.
And there's another problem.
This is insane, is what it is.
David, before I have anything to do with him, we gotta make him more manly. Well, the new Terry, I was kind of disappointed with the new Terry because he looks younger. He's really quite fair and tinier than I thought.
Terry's youthful looks are turning Shauna off, so adjustments will have to be made before their latest plastic pal joins them in the bedroom. Busy with the dogs, Shauna wants Dave to take new Terry shopping for some more manly clothes to help her get in the mood.
I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive about Terry. He looked young in the pictures, and he still looks younger than either Sean and I are comfortable with. This is the first time I've actually been in public with a male doll, and I feel more comfortable with the female dolls.
Dave wants his fashion picks to be perfect. He's got to stay sharp today, so he makes time for a caffeine pit stop.
Terry, what are you taking your coffee? He's my perfect travel companion, you know, because he scares off the hitchhikers, and he doesn't cost much to keep happy.
Yeah, it's really on the attitude, huh?
Take care.
Yeah.
Well, Terry, is your first public appearance. Ready?
Dave has enlisted the help of Shauna's son Lance in the delicate task of butching up a male sex doll.
Pretty good, pretty good.
I was worried you weren't gonna make it. This is her new boyfriend, right?
Oh, I haven't met this one yet. Seeing the male doll was definitely a bit strange and, you know, a little bit embarrassing. Having your mom now have her own sex doll is a little bit of... I doubt it's anything any son wants to ever have to think about.
Oh, thank you. So what do you think of your mother's...
Well, it's interesting as usual.
Yeah.
Nothing shocks me with you guys anymore.
But inside the store, will Dave and Lance be able to make a man out of new Terry?
We should get him a hat.
Okay.
I like this.
He looks 2 years older already. Oh, my Lord, speak about Canadian lumberjack.
Nothing says sexy like a plaid shirt and a bucket hat.
Perfect.
The big question is, has Dave just styled his way out of his fiancée's bed?
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
One guy who's always confident that he'll impress the ladies is 31-year-old Kyle, who, despite having a 91-year-old girlfriend, is not a one-woman man. Meet the competition, Anna, Kyle's other girlfriend, who at a sprightly 68 wasn't initially open to a younger man.
I told him the first time, I think you need to find someone your own age. And then he was persistent about it, so he said, let's have dinner. So I felt at ease with him, so I started seeing him.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I know, it's been a long time. Yeah, I would tell older women if they would like to date a younger man, go for it. It's fun, and it keeps you young, too.
Kyle might not be monogamous, but his wise older women don't mind sharing.
When we're alone, the sex is great. He's just a good guy.
And it's easy to see how Kyle corners the market.
I offer older women a different experience than what's provided in their dating pool. I mean, older women look around their peers, they see tired, old, dead men. I show them adventure.
As long as Kyle's around, no one's nana is safe. And his newest girlfriend is more shocking than any of his other conquests. In Fort Worth, Monica has just told her mum her plans to become immobile with the support of her boyfriend, Sid.
I'm not gonna help you do it.
If Sid ever left, yeah, that would suck.
But as her tummy grows, Monica has an unexpected reason for getting bigger.
I found out about 14 weeks ago that I was pregnant. One thing I'm looking forward to about having our own little,
our own squad.
getting to, you know, have like holidays and like, you know, Thanksgiving together, just us, you know.
Being morbidly obese makes pregnancy high risk, something Monica knows all too well.
Me and Sid have conceived a baby before, as a matter of fact, twice, and I miscarried both times. I just cried and cried and cried, and I felt at the time so alone.
I know she's, you know, really scared.
I was super depressed. I was crying a lot. I just had to put it behind me.
Today, the nervous parents-to-be are going for their first prenatal ultrasound, with some special adjustments made to the room to accommodate Monica's size.
I'm feeling really nervous. I'm like shaking, like my voice is shaky. I'm hoping to find out today.
That the baby's healthy?
Yeah, that the baby's healthy.
That's all we asked for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So what we got this area we made for you, and then we're gonna look at the wall so we see everything on the wall.
I'm prepared for the worst.
It's a tense wait to find the baby's heartbeat.
So, are you sure about your dates? Like, your periods regular?
No, they're not regular.
I'm gonna try for the heartbeat one more time.
When sex doll enthusiast Dave isn't giving new Terry a makeover, he's rubbing shoulders with the stars.
I see a celebrity doll being advertised by a props company, and it was Bianca. And I hadn't heard of the movie, but it was a movie called Lars and the Real Girl. And they had 4 dolls in the movie. And what I had learned is that Ryan Gosling, who starred in the movie, kept one. I got one. I bought her because she is special, because technically she's the most famous love doll in the world. She has a personality. I see a certain personality. A wonderful piece of art.
Sharing a sex doll with Ryan Gosling. How's that for 6 degrees of separation? Meanwhile, Dave's fiancée, Shauna, has recruited even more family members to help her transform Terry the sex doll from a boy to a man.
Brandon, can you help me here? Well, come look.
Oh, it's new Terry.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm gonna leave that to you.
Her son-in-law, Brandon, is not a fan of sex dolls and isn't shy about sharing his opinion.
I'm open to pretty much anything, but I mean, it was a shock, to say the least.
Brandon's in a difficult situation. Dress a sex doll or upset his mother-in-law.
Because I suppose he's quieter than David.
Oh, I guess so. He doesn't talk back. But he can give me the silent treatment sometimes like David does, but you know how it is.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's one of those things as you turn to look away from it, and then out of the corner of your eye, you can see someone there. It's kind of terrifying to see that there's nothing actually there, but there's something staring at you.
Have them all ready. I want them to look good for tonight. Make David jealous.
David must be threatened by a younger man in the house.
Oh, definitely. But you know what?
But he talks less too, right? So, I mean, that makes it easier for you.
And it does. And sometimes it's just like I give David a break by being with Terry. So, what do you think, Terry?
Shauna's happier with Terry's new wardrobe.
You're the silent type. That's what I like.
And as the pair get to know each other ahead of tonight's threesome, Dave's got more serious matters on his mind. He's heading off to a medical assessment for his debilitating arthritis. And look who's come with him to hold his hand.
The big problem that I'm having is I can be moving pretty normal and then just twist the leg a little and it's just like somebody took a spike and rammed it in my hip. It has actually been affecting my marriage to a bit because it prevents me from doing a lot of things.
Dave's aware that lifting the dolls into position might be part of the problem. Will his physical therapist ban sex dolls to save Dave's hips?
Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you.
While Dave hopes his health doesn't get in the way of loving his sex dolls, Monica is concerned her weight will put a stop to her and Sid's dream of parenthood. They've previously weathered 2 miscarriages.
Try for the heartbeat one more time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a heartbeat. Look at that. You guys just got a good shot.
Where's the baby? You see something moving there? Yeah. That's the baby. The baby is 3.6 centimeters, and that makes you 10 weeks, 2 days. And your estimated due date is November 18th.
Yeah, with a little Thanksgiving baby.
The baby looks okay and the baby's moving a lot. So hopefully everything's well. Fingers crossed.
Following her first baby scan, Monica is determined to do everything she can to get healthy.
This time I'm doing loads differently. I am, changing the way I eat, exercising, taking care of my body. I definitely want to get out of the fetish modeling. I have to measure out everything I eat now. The diet has been very difficult. I would say I'm probably now eating about 2,000 calories a day compared to like 10,000. This is typically what I would eat compared to what I eat now, which is this. I'm definitely going to continue losing weight after the baby's born.
So far, the healthy eating is paying off for Monica.
Since I started eating healthy, I've lost about 100 pounds, roughly.
But is her new diet off-putting to Sid, whose biggest turn-on was feeding his woman?
Do I worry if Sid's gonna find me less attractive if I become thinner?
We've already
We've talked about this. At first, for like a little bit, I was worried. I was like,
I think worried is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah.
She was terrified.
But Sid has bigger concerns over her size.
I want her to be here. You know, I don't want our child to be like 5 years old and like look at mom's ashes.
I just want to be healthy for our family.
Sex doll enthusiast Dave's worried that his arthritis might be worsened by making love to his sex dolls. He's hoping that his physical therapist can help him stay in the saddle. In true Dave style, he's brought along Bianca for moral support, as well as to give his physical therapist an idea of what Dave's dealing with.
Usually it's just picking her up and putting her somewhere, stationing her, and I don't normally have to go that far, but do you feel that that is a major contributing factor, and maybe how I move them and lift them would be something that you should look at and say, okay, you should do that.
In terms of, you know, the way that you're moving them, you know, which body parts you're using to do most of the work is definitely going to have an effect on how you feel afterwards. How often throughout the day are you actually, you know, moving the figures around?
No, it's not as much every day, but maybe twice a week that I might, you know, I might want to move one of the dolls into the bedroom or something. We're sort of very sexually liberated type of family.
Are you getting any anterior hip pain, like anything in the front, like into the groin?
I don't get much into the groin at all. I think the pressure, bang, 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 that can't be a good thing.
Doing her best to ignore the sexy elephant in the room, Dave's therapist takes him through some essential exercises.
As we age, our muscles get stiffer in general, so that's going to be intensified by, you know, the type of leisure lifestyle that you have as well too. What I would want to focus on in terms of starting an exercise program is giving you some stretches as well as some strengthening around the hips to see if that's going to help with the symptoms that you're getting.
Dave's got the all clear to keep on loving Shauna and the dolls in moderation.
We should increase our playtime with these then?
Well,
like to move them around more?
You can, but again, sort of like I said, you know, everything in moderation, and it's all about how you do it as opposed to, you know, the amount that you do.
Armed with a blast of youthful energy, Dave heads back home to celebrate with Shauna and Terry in the bedroom. Ever the dutiful husband, Dave's making sure to set exactly the right tone as he and Shauna prepare for their first sex doll threesome with Terry. From candles to rose petals, even the perfect penis selection. Dave's pulling out all the stops. All he and Terry need now is Shauna. From a third person in the bedroom in Nova Scotia to a third person in the family in Fort Worth. In the space of a year, Monica and Sid's path has changed from life-threatening weight gain
I'd want to be the fattest woman in the world.
to parenthood.
I'll look real red.
It's been a bumpy ride, but they finally welcomed the new addition to the family. Meet baby Michelle.
I never thought that I could have a successful, you know, pregnancy. Towards the end, it did start getting pretty difficult.
Michelle arrived 7 weeks early, and her delivery was not without complications.
When she came out, I didn't hear her cry.
I was like, babe, wake up, come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
They did tell us that she had 4 little holes in her heart. But as the couple weeks went by, you know, so they started to close up on their own. The doctor thinks that, you know, it won't affect her negatively at all. Even though she was born prematurely, her pediatrician said that she's hitting all of her milestones and all of the developmental tasks that babies need to do. She's doing it with flying colors. She's doing amazing.
After giving birth, Monica's weight loss has continued.
At my heaviest, I was around 700 pounds. And then right before I had her, I was at 520. And then now I am 465.
Oh, it's been a 100% change for us.
And while he loved her crazy curves, Sid's committed to helping Monica stay healthy. He's even watching his own weight.
This is mainly my diet, is I grilled chicken and salad. I'd like to lose like maybe 10, 15 pounds, something like that. Nothing drastic, though.
Grandma Terry was once worried that she'd lose her daughter thanks to the couple's unhealthy obsession with food.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The transformation in her mindset is unbelievable.
Monica's determined to stay healthy for her baby.
The thought of like being immobile now, it's not appealing, I guess. When I look back at when I was eating just junk food and fast food every day, I don't regret it at all. I don't think I would ever do it again. I know what it did to me, and you know, I'm not for that lifestyle anymore. Michelle played a huge part in me losing weight and still continuing to lose weight, and now wanting to get some kind of weight loss surgery to further help me. I think Michelle did save my life. Just this little bitty girl.